Everyone thought it was over. Caitlin Clark went down, the Indiana Fever collapsed, and fans started bracing for another long, hopeless season. 3 straight losses, media silence, social media clowns piling on. It felt like the WNBA's most hyped team had been exposed. But that wasn't the end, because what happened next wasn't just a comeback, it was a message. With their backs against the wall and their star on the bench, the Indiana Fever pulled off a revenge game that flipped the entire narrative. And it wasn't Caitlin Clark who saved them, it was the teammates no one saw coming. May 26th, Clark goes down with a left quad strain against the New York Liberty. She's ruled out for a minimum of 2 weeks. The timing? Brutal.
Indiana Fever lose to a young Washington Mystics team, 83-77. Look lost without Caitlin Clark.
The Fever had just started to find their rhythm, but without Clark, they unraveled. The Liberty beat them, the Mystics embarrassed them, the Sun piled on. 3 straight losses, and more importantly, a collapse in team identity. Fans panicked, commentators gave up. Twitter was full of told you so takes. And somewhere, the Washington Mystics circled June 3rd on their calendar as another easy win. They had no idea what was coming. Just days earlier, Washington walked into Indiana's house and treated them like a junior varsity squad. They didn't just win, they mocked, bullied, shoved. Remember the way they went after Sophie Cunningham in the preseason? That wasn't basketball, that was a statement. You don't belong here. They strutted off the court on May 28th with grins on their faces, confident they'd humiliate the Fever again. But what they didn't realize is that sometimes when you knock someone down, they get back up swinging even harder. With Clark gone, someone had to step up. That someone was Kelsey Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell breaking out of her slump a little bit, making some big plays down the stretch. So that was a good sign, I think, for the Fever's offense and some of that motion offense that Stephanie White is trying to instill.
For almost a decade, Mitchell's been the silent engine of this franchise. But on June 3rd, she became the fire. From the opening tip, Mitchell looked locked in. She drained threes, slashed through defenders, and carried the offense like she'd waited her whole career for this moment. 24 points, 4 of 7 from deep, and in the 4th quarter, with Washington threatening a comeback, she buried them with a cold-blooded 3-point play.
Kelsey Money Mitch, oh yeah. Take us home, Kels. Take us home. 24 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. It feels good to be coming here to you after this game.
Mitchell didn't just lead, she owned that court, but she wasn't the only one making noise. Lexie Hull was invisible in the first half. 0 points, no real impact. The Mystics probably assumed she'd stay quiet. Big mistake, because in the 3rd quarter, Hull turned into a storm.
Lexie Hull, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Lexie Hull, taking it off the dribble, taking it off the dribble, reverse layup. Lexie Hull, what got into you today, Lexie? What got into you in that 3rd quarter? Holy smokes. Lexie Hull. Dude, Lexie Hull taking Sonia Citrone off the dribble. Yeah, she's like that. Lexie Hull, reverse layup. Okay, Lexie, go on with your bad self. Go on with your bad self.
She dropped 14 points in 1 half, went 5 for 6 from the field, and played like she had something to prove. To the Mystics, the league, and maybe even herself. Reverse layups, hustle plays, steals. She was everywhere. And suddenly, Washington had another problem on their hands. But the real surprise? Aari McDonald signed on an emergency hardship deal days before tip-off.
McDonald did well also is put her body on the line. You know, she doesn't have a guaranteed spot, so you got to give her respect for that.
She flew to Indianapolis, watched film on the plane, and had maybe 48 hours to learn the playbook.
I'm calling up Ronald right now. I'm calling up Ronald McDonald right now. I need a Mick Steals meal. I need a Mick Assist meal. I need a Mick Hustle meal. Aari McDonald, oh, it feels good having a point guard that can dribble and not turn it over and get flustered.
Then she stepped on the floor and wrecked Washington's offense. 7 points, 5 assists, 3 offensive fouls drawn in her first 8 minutes. She didn't just survive, she changed the game. McDonald brought grit, energy, and poise. Something the Fever desperately needed at point guard, and the Mystics had 0 answers. June 3rd wasn't just a game, it was a beatdown. The Fever didn't just sneak by, they outplayed Washington in every category. Team ball movement was beautiful.
Our team just played really well together, and we got to spots and we made the extra pass. A lot of our points were off of assists, and that's all we can really ask for a team.
21 assists on 30 field goals. Everyone touched the rock, everyone stepped up. Mitchell led with scoring, Hull brought the fire, McDonald was the glue, and the Fever, who just days earlier were called broken, looked like contenders again. For the Mystics, it was a nightmare. The team they mocked just handed them a reality check. This wasn't just a revenge win, this was the moment Indiana realized they could win without Caitlin Clark. Not because she's not vital, she absolutely is, but because this team found itself in her absence.
Even without Caitlin Clark, folks. Even without Caitlin Clark, and hopefully, right here we go. Now that Aari McDonald is here, tell me to take pressure off Kelsey Mitchell.
Mitchell proves she can lead. Hull proves she can take over games. McDonald proves she belongs in the rotation, now and in the future. And that identity, that fight, it doesn't go away when Clark comes back. It multiplies. The 85-76 win over the Mystics didn't just avenge a loss. It reset the tone for Indiana's entire season. This team isn't just Caitlin Clark +4. It's Mitchell's fire, Hull's confidence, McDonald's grit. It's Dantas and Aaliyah Boston controlling the paint.
We did a good job of staying grounded when they did make that run, and I believe that our team trusts one another in order to make and get stops.
It's Stephanie White finally getting the team chemistry she's been preaching about since training camp. This isn't a rebuild anymore, it's a resurgence. And when Clark returns, she's not coming back to a broken squad, she's coming back to a team that believes. So if you've got the fever, show it in the comments.
For both of you, just getting your first win after a 3-game losing streak, how did it feel?
I mean, I'm just proud of our group for staying with it. Obviously, you know, we can't control injuries, we can't control any of that, but I think we had 2 really good practices this week, and to be able to come out and get a win after that, I'm just proud of us for fighting, and also just really proud of Aari for coming out and providing just some incredible minutes, 27 minutes, and she was ready. She stayed ready, and we needed every single one of those, and just really proud of the group today.
Hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss what happens next. Because the Indiana Fever, they're not done surprising us, they're just getting started.